Tonight, a WSU team is one of 80 worldwide that has been invited to a competition shown on the Discovery Channel.
And a rally has started in front of Pullman Planned Parenthood. Find out how long they will be there and why they're protesting. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Luke Hudson.
And I'm Sophia Canton. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
40 Days for Life campaign will take place outside the Planned Parenthood building in Pullman today. This campaign is aimed at ending abortions through international prayer vigils around the world. According to the Moscow Pullman Daily News, the campaign will run from today until April 5th and will have a 12-hour presence from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. This vigil also begins today in 507 other cities around the world.
A two-lane Main Street may be on the horizon as the Pullman City Council approves a draft of a master plan for downtown Pullman on Tuesday. The founder of the consulting firm hired to create the plan, Brian Scott, says more than 100 people gave their input on what they wanted to see changed in downtown. According to the Moscow Pullman Daily News, other recommendations include adding a bicycle lane and doing away with 12-hour street parking.
The WSU Writing Center received a donation of $10,000 from the Graduate Student Professional Association. The donation will be used to secure more staffing and equipment to provide accessible hours for students, according to the Daily Evergreen. Troy Rowden, Graduate Writing Center consultant, says the center moved at the beginning of the semester and is now down the hall in the Samuel H. Smith Center. And a WSU robotics team has been invited to compete in BattleBots. Murrow News 8 reporter Caitlin Rappel is joining us live from the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture building with more on the story. Caitlin?
Thank you,
Caitlin,
Luke.
you're live.
Behind me is the building that houses the lab of the Crimson Robotics team. Hi, Luke. Behind me is the building that houses the lab that the team uses for their robots. The WSU Crimson Robotics team was actually one of 80 teams chosen worldwide to compete on the TV show BattleBots. BattleBots is in its 10th season and airs on the Discovery Channel and the Science Channel. WSU senior Daniel Gatto began the effort to get on the show in 2018. The effort included building 2 prototype robots and showing their marketability, and they also had to show they had the skills to build what they have planned. Recently, the team has been spending an average of 400 hours weekly in the lab. They are currently working on their first robot that they they plan to use at the event, and they hope to build 2 more. Caitlin Rappel, Murrow News 8, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Caitlin. The Court of Whitman County today charged 2 brothers who allegedly broke into a friend's apartment and moved his belongings into another apartment. The brothers, aged 19 and 23, were charged with misdemeanor first-degree trespassing yesterday. The apartments are located on College Hill in Pullman. And according to Pullman Radio, the brothers broke into the apartment to give their family a place to stay during the holidays.
The Whitman County Sheriff's Office will introduce new armored tactical vehicles to its arsenal. The Sheriff's Office will be using a 2010 vehicle for the Whitman County SWAT team to respond to high-risk situations, replacing the 1978 model they currently use. The initials JRD will be placed on the hood of the vehicles in memory of Deputy Justin DeRozier, a Cowlitz County Deputy Sheriff and former Whitman County Sheriff's Office deputy that was killed in the line of duty last year.
University of Idaho President Scott Green announced in a budget update that the university will not be outsourcing jobs the original budget mentioned. The original budget mentioned the potential of outsourcing facilities jobs to help deal with the $22 million shortfall the university currently has. The Facilities Outsourcing Committee reviewed 5 proposals from private companies that would affect workers in the auxiliary services, administrative operations, facility services, and custodial staff at the Student Recreation Center. But the committee will only consider plans that keep those university workers employed by the institution. And as of today, Gonzaga University suspended all classes on its campus in Florence, Italy. The suspension follows an outbreak that affected 322 and killed 11 people so far in the European country. CNN reported that the Center for Disease Control warned Americans about the potential of the COVID-19 coronavirus coming to the United States. The Dow Jones has also continued to fall as coronavirus still sweeps the planet. The virus looks as though it isn't going away anytime soon.
Registration is now open for the National Center for Biotechnology Information's Functional Genomics Workshop, set for April 15th to the 16th. Sign up now because in-person attendance is limited to 40 people. 2 people sustained injuries following a shooting in downtown Seattle today. According to the Seattle Times, no one was killed, but one 18-year-old victim was treated at Harborview Medical Center and is reported to be in stable condition. Police responded to a call at 7:30 near the Pioneer Square light rail station. They found narcotics, a handgun, and shell casings nearby.
Coming up, find out what company the FDA has accused of using products connected with E. coli outbreaks.
And Kirsten Rosser will tell us what weather to expect for the rest of the week when Murrow News 8 returns. Jimmy John's received a warning letter from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration Wednesday. According to CNN, the letter states several vegetables the sandwich chain uses were connected to 5 outbreaks of E. coli and Salmonella over the past 7 years. FDA Deputy Commissioner Frank Yanis told CNN Jimmy John's was connected to outbreaks that affected customers in 17 states. Yanis says the company has not corrected problems with its supply chain.
And now we have Kirsten Rosser with a look at our forecast for the week. Kirsten?
Thanks, guys. So today we're looking around a high of 46 and a low of 32. Winds today will reach around 10 miles per hour. Tonight they'll reach around 5 miles per hour. Now this is because of that high pressure ridge coming in that's going to have us a warm, drying trend to the end of the week. Now looking at tomorrow's weather, we're going to reach a high of 50 and a low of 34. Winds you can see will reach around 6 miles per hour. This is also because of some slight rain showers and snow showers that may be coming in starting today on Wednesday and moving till Friday. Looking at the state map, we have Olympia and Seattle around the same temperatures, 54 and 51 with lows of 37 and 42. Now over in the west side, we'll see some sun today. Moving to Yakima and Tri-Cities, again, we'll see 60 as a high, 61 as another high. So again, at least we're reaching the 60s more in central Washington, a low of 32 and 34. Again, you'll see some sun, but looking over at the east side of Washington, we see 48 and 46. Again, those are similar, but they're cloudy. So in Pullman, especially with it being a little bit colder, look out for those rain and snow showers. Now moving into the 5-day forecast, you can see that although we're seeing warmer weather towards the end of the week, there's going to be a possible mix of winter weather and winds that are expected. This is due to a split trough pattern that's moving into the Pacific Northwest Friday night. Now Wednesday, Thursday, you'll see 46 and 50. Around weekend time, you'll see it's going to warm up, get a little cold, but we'll have a pretty nice warm Sunday. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kirsten. After the break, find out which WSU team is heading to the Pac-12 championship.
Ariel Yakabazi has your sports when Murrow News 8 returns.
Welcome back to Murrow News 8. I'm Ariel Yacobazi. WSU Swimming is slated to swim in Federal Way, Washington, where they will compete in the Pac-12 Championships and the Pac-12 Last Chance Meet. The championships start today and go until March 1st. The Cougs will swim against Arizona, Arizona State, California, Stanford, UCLA, USC, and Utah. Coming out of CNN, 5-time Grand Slam winner Maria Sharapova announced her retirement today. The Russian tennis player started her career at just 17 years old when she beat Serena Williams in the final Wimbledon in 2004, claiming her first Grand Slam. Sharapova won her last Grand Slam in 2014, where she claimed the French Open for the second time. In an article she wrote for Vogue and Vanity Fair, Sharapova said, quote, "In giving my life to tennis, tennis gave me a life." Our friends over on the west side of Washington have a win. The Seattle Mariners beat the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday 2-1. Designated fielder Evan White and right fielder Jared Kelenic helped bring the team to victory, both of them bringing in 1 run each. The Mariners are slated to play the Chicago White Sox Thursday at 12:05 p.m. Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll and general manager John Schneider met with media outlets, not only to talk about the upcoming draft, but to also update the public about players who suffered injuries last year. According to Carroll and Schneider, running back Chris Carson and tight end Will Disley are both ready to return to the regular season. After his hip fracture, Carson's prognosis is he is still not fully able to participate, but he will be able to play soon. Disley is still recovering from a ruptured Achilles tendon. He is also on track for a full recovery before the season starts. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ariel. Next, find out how much money a local fundraiser made for the Anna Schindler Foundation by having people compete in physical challenges.
When Murrow News 8 returns.
The Pullman Police Department hosted an event called Guns and Hoses that invited community members to work out alongside police and fire personnel, according to Pullman Radio. The annual event raised $2,000 to donate to the Anna Schindler Foundation, which provides emotional and financial support to families in the Inland Northwest fighting childhood cancer. Thank you for watching tonight. Be sure to watch our newscasts at nwpb.org/mn8 and on Cable 8 at 7 and 10.
Don't forget you can also follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great night.